fresh into the room, just put your phones on silent for me, and then we'll start broadcasting. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this morning. This wonderful, wonderful example of a South African autumn morning, isn't it? Just absolutely beautiful out there today. I thought, this is why we live here, because it's a great country. Yes. It is a great country to be in at the moment. And I just love the weather this morning. But thank you for giving of your Saturday morning. You have come this morning to DuePoint. DuePoint is the foremost wealth creation company in South Africa today. That's not a statement I've made up. We're starting to be recognized as that around the country and in the economy that we're in at the moment. We're a division of Constantia Insurance Company, which has been around for nearly 70 years, 68 years this year. 1952 was when we were first founded. We're a public company. We're listed on the JSE. And we're a licensed insurance company with the FSCA for life and short-term insurance. And so you are not dealing today with something that's coming from overseas. You're not dealing with something that's new. And you're certainly not dealing with something that's here today, gone tomorrow. You are dealing with something that is a very long-standing part of the South African economy. And so I hope that just gives you a little bit of confidence in who we are and who you're dealing with today. We also have offices around the country. So pretty much wherever you are today, you'll be able to find a Constantia office somewhere. There's multiple offices now in Johannesburg. But this morning, you guys are at our studio here in Bryanston. And so, why and what is DuePoint? Well, DuePoint was founded a couple of years ago now. But a little bit before then, we started researching a problem that we all had in South Africa as corporates and as individuals. We needed to come up with a solution to something that no one else in our economy was solving at the time. And that was the financial crisis that individuals have in South Africa. Today, as you guys all know it, we are losing control of two aspects of our balance sheet. One is our income and the other is our expenditure. None of us are able to control our income anymore in South Africa. Even if you've got a job, are you able to increase your earnings? Are you able to go to your boss on Monday morning and ask him for an increase? We know that that's not going to happen. In fact, what we know is that what's happening now is we're having salary shrinkage in South Africa. People are earning less and less every year than they were the years before because the economy is in the state that it is. This is not necessarily just a local issue. We're seeing this across the globe at the moment. Individuals in the traditional jobs are no longer earning as much as they did in the past. But more so than that, we have no ability to change that fact. As individuals, we can't increase our earnings. Coupled with that in South Africa particularly, we're seeing inflation of our prices happening on a daily basis. I don't need to tell you, if any of you do grocery shopping, every week that you go, the packet that you bought the week before is more expensive. This is dictated to by things like the petrol price. Remember, they've got to deliver the food to the shop. And if we increase our petrol price basically once every 8 weeks, which we have done for the last 14 months, the 8th petrol price increase is coming in next month. And it's like R1.20 or something. If we do that every 8 weeks, it means that every week your food will get more expensive. See, this is something most South Africans don't realize. They go, the petrol price. I go in the taxi, I don't have to pay the petrol. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter if you're driving or not. Everything is dictated to by the petrol price. But then we had a VAT increase as well last year. 7% VAT increase, not a 1%. They told you it was 1%, but it's 1/14. That's 7%. A 7% price meant that all prices instantly went up by 7%. We don't have the ability in South Africa as individuals to control our expenditure. It is physically impossible for us to stop the things getting more expensive that we buy every single week. So if we can't increase our earnings and we can't decrease our expenditure, what solution have we got? I've asked this question every presentation for the last 3 years. What alternative do we have in South Africa? And nobody's ever been able to come to me and tell me. I mean, there's lots of these thingies that blow around on WhatsApp groups and Facebook. So come and get rich here and come and get rich here. And work from home and get rich. Buy cryptocurrency and get rich. Forex trading and get rich. But no one is getting rich. Unless you know somebody who has. I'd love to hear. That'd be the first person I've ever met that's got rich off of a WhatsApp message. So we, as a corporate, had to solve this problem because it was going to affect us directly. It was already affecting us directly. If our customers can't afford to buy our products, well, then we have a problem as a corporate. And so we sat down and we built what we believe is the solution. In fact, we believe it is the only solution for the average South African today in our economy. And we call it the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system is designed to allow you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we're not going to ask you to do anything you don't want to do. You know, all the things you're normally asked to do, selling, dragging products around, marketing, embarrassing yourself in front of your friends, presentations, all of those things, that's not what we do. What we ask you to do is, using our latest cutting-edge technology, simply connect individuals to us. 3 clicks on our app and you are connecting individuals to us. That's what we ask you to do. As you do that, you expand our ability to distribute our products across South Africa. By doing that, you allow us to increase our revenue, and increasing our revenue, it puts us in a position where we're able to start creating wealth for you. Now, we're not in the business of cash. And again, I get terribly frustrated with South Africans. South Africans want these paper things in their hands. Those paper things literally get cheaper every day. You know that. The rand weakens on a daily basis, which means they're worthless to you. Every day, that pile of money you may have in your hands is worth less than it was the day before. We don't want to create that for you. That will not solve your circumstances as they are now. We want to create wealth for you. What is wealth? Wealth is income that is there every single month. It's there where it recurs without you having to do anything to achieve it. If you imagine the richest people in the world right now, they have companies around the globe. I've seen a documentary, fantastic, called The 0.5%. And in the 0.5%, you see the owner of Palm Olive. The owner of Palm Olive, he's painting at home. It's like Wednesday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he's painting. And his son says, "Why aren't you at work?" He says, "I don't have to be at work." Because he doesn't have to. He has wealth. His businesses produce income for him on a monthly basis without him having to do anything. This is what we want to create for South Africans. Why? Because South Africans are very busy with other things. Also, we don't want you to have to run back to your friends every single month and beg them to buy packets of groceries, toiletries, cryptocurrency, whatever it is. We don't want you begging people to buy every month. We want you to connect them to us and be able to produce an income every month. We therefore built the system off the back of financial services products. These run on automatic debit order systems, which means that every single month, no matter what you're doing or what day of the month it is, the debit orders raise and your income comes in reliably on a steadfast basis. And our hope is that it's there for a lifetime. None of our products expire. None of our products go off. We don't deliver them broken. They're perfect every time. You're not delayed in delivery because a factory breaks down in China. Ours are instant delivery 24/7 anywhere in the nation. This is how we create wealth. Off of the back of wealth, we need to build a system that fits into the South African context. You see, South Africans are complicated human beings, are we not? We don't have a culture in South Africa. We have hundreds of cultures in South Africa. And so how do we fit it into the South African culture? One of the things that is unique to all cultures in South Africa is, I'm sorry, I don't have time for this. Am I right? Did you not tell the person who brought you here this morning or who connected you to the broadcast this morning that very statement? Lynette was telling me she's been talking to a man for 20 years before he came here. So for those of you who say, "No, I spoke to someone for a week and they didn't want to come and I gave up," Lynette spoke to a poor chap for 20 years and he's sitting in our audience today. Folks, we're a cultural thing of South Africa is to say, "I don't have time." And you know what? It's the truth. We don't have time. You know why? Because we're so busy getting poor. We are. People hate it when I say that. They get angry with me. But we are. How many hours a week do you spend at work? I know your contract said you were meant to spend 40, didn't it? But I'll bet you 90% of you spend 60, 80, 100 hours a week at work. Called in the middle of the night, early there in the morning. And that job, is it making you richer? No. The economists actually say you're poorer now than you were 20 years ago. So why are we so busy? Why are we so busy doing something that makes us poor? But we understand that that's culture. That's South African culture. And so we built it into our system, along with all the other things. We don't know, and I don't know anybody. I'm not a salesperson. These things come and go. Don't like the product. We built it all in. All the things that we say to get ourselves out of something that doesn't look like a job. Okay? We built it in. We said we need a system that fits the South African context and the South African culture. And so we built it. And in that system, we allowed leverage. We gave leverage to those who use the tool. Leverage of others, leverage of time, leverage of skills to go beyond their own personal circumstances and create wealth for them 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Even as you sleep in our system, you can be creating wealth with us. Folks, we give you the system at no cost. Use of our system, our people, our offices, our software, our skills, and our time, we charge you nothing for. This morning, you will not be pulling your credit cards out or transferring cash to us. You won't be buying starter kits or application forms. You won't be spending anything in becoming a wealth engineer this morning. By simply becoming a product owner at DuePoint, you get automatic access to everything at DuePoint. Everything. We're in the business of wealth creation, not taking people's money. How do we make people rich if we put them in a loss-making position before they start? For many of you who have been involved in some form of selling before, you know you started in negative, didn't you? They asked you to buy that kit of second-rate health products. Am I right? It was only 5,000 Rand. And then you had to sell that kit to your friends. You were in negative before you started. Here at DuePoint, you won't be in that position. This afternoon, you'll be a wealth engineer without having spent a single cent. In addition, we're not going to make you sell. You're not intermediaries, you're not brokers, you're not agents, you're not representatives, you're not advising. And therefore, everybody of every education level and every experience level can become a wealth engineer in our system. And everybody can now start building an asset. An asset is something that produces you an income every month. It's something that you can price and sell, which is what you can do in the DuePoint system. And it is something that will outlive you. In the DuePoint system, the income and the channel that you build during your life and earn off in your life will automatically be transferred to your children when you pass away one day. And they will continue to earn the income that you created during your lifetime. What else have we seen in South Africa today that creates intergenerational wealth for South African citizens? There isn't anything. We are plugged in at the highest levels. We are naturally. As a public listed 70-year-old insurance company, we plugged into the industry. We know there is nothing in South Africa today that offers the average South African citizen the ability to build wealth for themselves and the generations in their family thereafter. You might have thought before you arrived here today that this is just another one of those things. This is nothing like you have seen before. Nothing. We ask you to do the simplest task. Just connect South Africans to us through our technology. As you connect South Africans to us, you're able to build that platform of distribution for us. Individuals go out, they see this presentation through our technology, and they connect others. And your platform grows across the nation. We say there's two ingredients to success at DuePoint: time and numbers. If you keep connecting people over time, you're able to build a wealth. Why? Because we then come along as DuePoint and we facilitate, not you, we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel you have created. And your wealth is born without you having to do a presentation and without you having to sell a single thing. We then distribute that wealth to you in two ways. The first way we distribute it to you is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand for every product payment in your channel every month that that product is paid for, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. Now that sounds complicated, but it's not. It's very easy. You're going to go out and do the one task: connect people to us. As you do, some of them will take a product and pay for it, and when they do, you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand every month that product is paid for. Now people come to me and say, but that's not enough. There's this WhatsApp that tells me that I can earn for pots and pans and this and 450 and 900. That's all once off, guys. When you sell the pot, you get 900 Rand or 450 Rand. Great. Have you ever tried selling two of the same pot to the same person? No. So it's once off. You see, with us, you have created off of a single connection to us, not running back to beg them to buy every month, a single connection to us. You have now created a recurring income of 55 Rand a month. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing more valuable than a recurring stream of income. It doesn't matter how much you were promised you would be paid somewhere else. It'll never equal a recurring 55 Rand. But you know what? We give you more power. In this model, if they take a second product of ours, you'll get double the number. So now it's 110 Rand every month. If they take a third product, it's 165 Rand. If they take a fourth product, it's 220 Rand. You have this ability now to flex your income, the thing you don't have right now in your job. These individuals will go out and connect individuals as well. Some will take products and pay for them, and again, you'll get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, and that's 55 Rand again. You've been with us for 5 minutes in this example, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. You've connected a handful of people, and you're 1,000 Rand a month richer. That's 12,000 Rand a year of extra income. You don't quit your jobs to do this. This is something you add to your life. And you're now getting an extra 1,000 Rand. But for many of you in the room this morning, you'd say, I want more than 1,000 Rand. Okay, no problem. Just put more time and more numbers in, the two ingredients. Connect more people. And as you connect more people, you will continue to earn as your channel expands. At a diminishing rate down to the 8th point, but we do not limit your earnings. From the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of 27 Rand 50 as far and as long as you qualify to earn. This means you can build a channel over your entire life. Ladies and gentlemen, many of you in this room today have 20, 25 years at least ahead of you that you could be building your channel. You could build channels that are 20, 30, 40, 50 points big in your life. And you can earn on every payment, on every point in your channel. You can hand that over to your children one day, and they can build it to 100 points. There is no limit to your wealth creation here at DuePoint. So I have a chuckle only once every now and then. I've probably had it twice in my entire time of doing this over all the years, where someone comes to me and says, well, the mathematics doesn't make any sense. Ladies and gentlemen, without me going into the mathematics, we have about 100 actuaries and chartered accountants in our business. If we got the maths wrong, well, then there's no hope for anyone. I promise you the maths has worked year on year on year. You have the ability to create the wealth of any amount that you want. All that is required are the two ingredients, time and numbers. How many people will you connect in the pursuit of creating wealth for you? We can even calculate, because we've been around long enough, quite accurately what you can expect to earn. With the data over years and years and years, we know how channels grow. We know how they grow on average. And so we can predict pretty accurately what you can expect to earn. Now, of course, you've got to do something. You can't come here, do nothing, and expect to earn. We have a few people like that. They generally call in around this time of month. That's why I was reminded of it. Because around about this time of month, they're expecting to be paid. And we say, but you didn't do anything. We've never met you, and you've never connected a single person to DuePoint. No, but I thought you'd pay me just for nothing. Folks, I think we as South Africans need to start realizing that the day of for free is gone. There ain't nothing left to hand out. Okay? What was here is gone. It is. We now have to work. We have to create our wealth. And so if you do work, we can predict how much you can earn. We use a very simple example in the presentation. You can use any example you like. You can grow at any rate you like. It just moves the numbers. But if we use this simple growth rate formula, it fits into everybody's lifestyle. It doesn't matter how busy you are. We call it 3 plus 2. In your first month with us, we want you to connect 3 people. Just 3 people in an entire month. Can you click your phone 9 times? I think before you were properly awake this morning, you had already clicked your phone 9 times, hadn't you? Yeah. If you can do that in an entire month, then you've done step 1. Connect 3 people in your first month. And then plus 2, every month thereafter, you need to connect 2 people. No one in our South African culture can say, I don't have enough time to do that. No one. 2 people every month. Okay, you can't miss a month because it was April and Easter, and you can't. You need 2 people. At the end of the year, when it's Christmas, you can't go, Christmas, it's Chila time. I'm not connecting anyone. No. On the 1st of December, get your 2 people in, then you can Chila the rest of the month. Okay, but you got to get your 2 people in every month. If you can do that, then we can start applying our mathematics. Lapses, cancellations, people not doing the business when they promised they would, people not paying when they said that they would. We get lots of those, okay? It's a South African cultural thing. You know that, eh? In the South African culture, many of you this morning will do it, okay? You'll go, geez, that was a great presentation, and this person who brought me really loved, she really put all the effort in. I'll say yes and fill out the form, but I have no intention of paying. That is South African culture. I learned this over years of being in business in South Africa. We do that. You have a tele-assistant in a call center and does a great sales pitch to the person on the other side. And the other person, yes, I'm buying. And they never pay because they feel bad if they say no to the person. Folks, this morning I don't want you to feel bad. If after everything you've heard this morning you don't like what you've heard and don't intend to be here, don't fill the form out. Okay? Let's try and break that South African culture. But we build that into our mathematics. We know it's part of the culture, so we build it in. Lots of actuaries involved in this calculation. And so we say that if you can put 3 people in your first month and then add 2 every month for 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. Now people go, 2,500? No, man. There's this thing on Facebook at the moment. It's got something to do with carrots and bars and stuff or something. And they said that I'd be rich in 90 days if I just put $5,000 in a month. First of all, I don't have the $5,000, so I've got to go to the bank and get a personal loan. But I'll do that because I'll be rich in 90 days. Okay, folks, nobody gets rich ever in 90 days. Not ever. Okay? It just doesn't happen. No, but what about the guy who got the lottery winnings? Okay, he got rich overnight. Yes, but he was struck by lightning 8 times before he won the lottery, because that's the same statistic. Okay? No. If we're going to build wealth, it's going to take time, especially if you're only connecting 2 people. You can connect 100 people. Do you want to see how the numbers change when you put 100 connections in a month? That changes everything now. But remember, you don't have time. I don't have time. I'm too busy. So all you can do is 2. All right. So if you can only do 2, then after 6 months, without quitting, you're now on 2,500 Rand a month. That is 30,000 Rand a year that you've created as extra income. What could you do with an extra 30 grand a year? You see how if I put 50 grand in your hands right now, your life won't change, because by Monday the 50 grand's gone. Am I right? Yeah. It'll be gone. But if I put 2,500 Rand in once every month, how does your circumstance change now? Things start moving. Things start changing. But let's do it for 6 more months. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. 1 year from now, beginning of May next year, you're on 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. Now, 9,000 to 10,000 Rand, now that starts changing things. It doesn't matter how much you earn. 120,000 Rand a year changes everything. That's your school fees. 2 kids at a private school paid for. That's paying your car off. That's medical insurance for a family of 4. Private medical insurance for a family of 4. There it is. And you've done it in 1 year. You've kept your job. They gave you a 4% increase, or maybe a minus 4% increase, whatever. But you built for yourself, by and in your control, 9,000 to 10,000 Rands more income in 12 months. What did you have to do? Connect 2 people a month. That's it. These people then, for those that then stick it out, do a second year with us. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2 for another 12 months. And at the end of the second 12 months, they're up to 30,000. So we spent 2 years, guys, not 2 weeks, not 2 months, not 20 people that said no and laughed at you and then you quit. No, no, no. 2 years. 2 people every month connected. And after that period of time, they're up to 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. This is not just a mathematical calculation, folks. This is built off of our real data over years of doing this. 2 years and you're on 30 grand, 360,000 a year. If you can do it for 3 years, you're up to 40 to 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do it for 4 years, you're up to about 60 to 65,000 Rand. And if you can do this for half a decade with us, 5 years, you can reasonably expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's $1 million a year. You've built it in half a decade. How long have you been employed for? 5, 10, 20, 40, 45. We've had everybody in here, believe you me, from the top to the bottom, and we've had them all. Tens of thousands of people through this auditorium and through our broadcast. Nobody has ever come to me and said, I got to $1 million in 5 years. No one. But you can here. And yet, I'll have people say to me, you know what the problem with DuePoint is? You earn too slowly. Why? Because they've read WhatsApps and been on Facebook pages that's promised them wealth that they have never achieved and never seen anyone achieve. We had such a laugh yesterday. One of my top wealth engineers was having a meeting with me, and she said she's just watched these guys who said they were earning 500,000 Rand a week at that, what was the other one? Shortrich or something. I can't remember. But now they've left. They're not there. They're now somewhere else. And so she emailed them and said, why would you have left a place you were earning 500,000 Rand a week from? Because they weren't. They were probably earning 30 Rand a week. One of the guys actually admitted to me that he was earning 30 Rand a week. But he said on his WhatsApp group, come join me for 500. No, ladies and gentlemen. It takes time to create wealth. This isn't once-off cash. This is permanent, lifetime, potentially intergenerational wealth that you have created. It's going to take the rest of your life to create. And you're going to meet many people along the way. They're going to laugh at you and say, no, look at Lynette this morning, 20 years to get somebody here. Are you willing to put that time in? Oh, I don't know. South Africans don't like that. We want rich now. Folks, unfortunately, we're going to have to change it. But I know that some of you are going to change that. You're going to put the time in, and you're going to create wealth. We've already got tens of thousands of people in DuePoint that are building wealth with us. And we put just 2 or 3 of them on stage every month. just a few, from around the country. We put them up and we say, tell us your story. Some a little bit of wealth, some medium, some large amounts of wealth. We put them on stage and we say, tell us your story in creating wealth with us. And some people have to put the time in to get there, but they get there. This last month we had Peter up. Peter Cleary is here this morning as well. It's 3 years. He's a real estate agent, full-time employed, builds this on the side. And over 3 years, he's extracted from DuePoint 72,000 Rand. What would an extra 72,000 Rand do for you right now? Oh, you're quiet this morning. I'm hoping that that's you thinking about what you would do with an extra 72,000 Rand. Can you do it? We then had Francina up. She's been with us for 1 year and 7 months, was housebound for, I think it was the best part of 8 months when her husband passed away because of her culture. You know, the many cultures. The culture said, no, you can't leave the house. And so she's actually only been building our business properly for 11 months. And in 11 months, she's built a channel that's now worth around 6,000 Rand a month. What's an extra 6 grand a month do for you? 72,000 Rand a year. But not in the lump sum that burns up and disappears. In 6 grand that comes in every month. Every month. After just 11 months of building with us. When life was there, I have people who say to me, no, I can't do this. You know, I'm too busy. My mom died. My dad died. My kid died. I have to send this. I have to do that. All the circumstances of life that we all have to face. And yet there are those people like Francina in those circumstances that still build. And then there are those in those circumstances that let those circumstances crush them. We will find the people whose wealth will change in South Africa with the DuePoint system. We will find them. We have lists of them already that you can go and see their testimonies of. They've stood on the stage over the years and they've spoken about how they earn 3 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, 175,000 a month. You think all these numbers are too low for you? Any amount of money you want to earn, you can earn in the DuePoint system. Any. It just depends on how much time and how many connections you are willing to make. There are no bottlenecks and no hindrances in the DuePoint system. There are none. There's only you. You are the only bottleneck and hindrance in the production of your own wealth. You need to make the right decisions to do it. The second way we create wealth for you is through our XP Rewards program. This is our training program. This is how we teach you to do this business. People say to me, Brendan, where do I start? How do I do this? What do I say? We've got it all. It's all already in our training program. And as you complete steps in the training program, as you participate in the training program, we give you what's called XP points. XP points accumulate, and as your channel grows and you match the two in our program, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, we reward you. Lots of cash. Grows each rank you're going, you get more and more cash rewards. And then in rank 5, we give you a full business kit. A full kit. All the tools you need here at DuePoint to really accelerate the growth of your channel. You can buy all of these items individually from our counter at any stage, but we give you this kit at rank 5. At rank 7, we give you a 17,000 Rand set of imported, gold-gilded, custom-made business cards for you. Gold-gilded, not gold-printed, gold-gilded business cards, so that when you hand them to people, they have never seen the likes of this before. And they go, I want to connect with DuePoint. And then for those that go the distance, who put the time and the numbers in, and reach rank 9 in our XP Rewards program, we take you and your family away. You and your family. I shouldn't say that too quickly, because every other thing I've ever seen is always it's you. We'll take you away, but not your family. And you know, you only get this and you only get that. No, here we'll take you and your family away. For a week, 5-star, business class, all expenses paid, every December for the rest of your life. As long as you maintain your channel size with us as a rank 9 every year, you know on the 1st of January that your December holiday is already booked. We've been on this holiday for many years already. I don't have to make false promises. We've delivered on them already. And so I can show you real footage, not fake internet stickers and that nonsense I've seen out there. No, I'll show you actual holidays that we've been on with people, a growing team of rank 9s every year that goes away on these holidays with their families, leave their wallets behind from around the country joining us every single year. Are you willing? Are you willing to put the time and the numbers in? Or are you going to stick to your job and remain poorer every year? Well, make that decision while you watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, we know where we're going at the end of this year. It's booked already. Who is coming to join us? That's the only question. We're not playing around here. This is not one of those things. This is something we do every year. That was a whole montage of different and various hotels we've been to with, as I said, an expanding group of individuals. Who is coming to join us? Are you going to continue to believe that there is some other thing? I was talking to a lady, in fact, yesterday afternoon, who said, next week is the elections on the 8th of May. She said, finally, after that, there'll be emancipation. I think what she meant was her circumstances would be changed after the 8th of May. Folks, do we really believe that that'll be the case? Do you think on the 9th of May you'll wake up and things will be different? No. Maybe for some politicians. But for you and me, we'll be going back to work on the 9th of May and life will carry on as usual. Folks, you and I have got to create a solution from the ground up. There's no one coming to solve our problem. We put this tool in your hands and we say, yeah, it's going to take some time and you're going to have to connect lots of people. But we'll reward you in a way you could not be rewarded anywhere else in South Africa today. Nothing will reward you the way that DuePoint does. Yesterday, Rob put a post up on our Facebook page. I don't know if you saw it. I hope you did. Where he listed what is available to wealth engineers in 2019. Lots of people only look at the picture. It's a cultural thing again. Folks, go back and read the list above. Click the See More button and see how much is available to South Africans at DuePoint in 2019 in list form. And understand that when you choose not to use the DuePoint tool, when you choose to walk away from it, you're walking away from that whole list. That whole list. This is not one of those, put into some speculative thing and maybe you get 400% return. No, this is where you put the work in and the output comes. That's what this is. This is the output. How long will it take you to get here? Every one of you will be a different length of time. But it's not a competition. So there's no cutoff or deadline. You work until you join us at rank 9. Some people have got there in 5 months, some people have got there in 31 months, and a whole load have got there somewhere in between. Are you willing to put the time in to join us on these trips? At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It is not financed through us. It is not rented to you. It is not branded. And we don't give it to you and take it away. It's in your name. It's your car. Because it's a tool you'll use to build wealth. That's 11 of the 28 ranks in our training program. We have shown you the first third of what is available in wealth creation at DuePoint here today. We create this wealth too off the back of 4 products. They are the finest products in the country in their category. Again, I've challenged people to argue with me on that. No one has ever succeeded. These are literally the finest products in their category in South Africa today. We have put together our Access Wealth Plan, which is 324 Rand a month. That gives you 2 products. Your very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand every month of that 324. We put it into your investment. And so you start building an asset with us from the first day before maybe you've even connected your first person to us. Our next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. And for that, you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. 1 million Rand for 249 Rand a month. No waiting periods, no maximum age limits, no medical declarations or examinations. Every single South African can be insured and can be creating wealth in the DuePoint system through DuePoint. Our third product is our Family Wealth product. It too comes with a range of options for you. It starts at 299 and you can pick between 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, 5 dependents or 10 dependents on the plan, and you as the policy holder get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means that when you pass away, we will settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt so that your family don't have to. Every one of our products is designed to be better than any other in the country today in its category. And you get that here, as well as this tool to create intergenerational wealth for yourself. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month to be a member, and you get access as a member to all of our suppliers. discounted prices, vouchers, account managers, VIP services. We're across the industry. We've got the cell phone companies, motor manufacturers, retail stores, online stores, travel agencies, gyms, entertainment. They're all in there. They're all in there. We're constantly adding new suppliers, right down to simple things like salons. We have them all in there. And for $299 Rand a month, you get access to them all. Now, folks, all of these products have videos that explain every detail about them that you can watch. All of these products, you can download the full product document on our website to read through. But these are not complicated products. We haven't hidden something from you. They don't have waiting periods. They don't have exemptions that are unusual or not market related. Everything is available for you at DuePoint. You are not at one of those things. You're at a 7-decade-old insurance company, and we're in the business of wealth creation. But if that was not enough, this year, we have laid down the 365 challenge to South Africans. South Africans want change. Like the lady I spoke to yesterday, she would like change on the 9th of May. So what do we know? South Africans want change now. Okay, at DuePoint, we'll give you change now. With our 365 challenge, we can offer you that. Instead of doing 2 people a month, do 365 people in 365 days, starting on the day that you join us. So that's today, if you're new. If you start today, you have 365 days. If you can connect 365 people to us in the next year, we'll give you 1.25 million rands worth of value. Start with a 365,000 Rand check. That's 1 year from now. Any of you getting a bonus in a year's time from now worth 365,000 Rand? Oh, no, but you're still going to go back on Monday and do your 60, 80, 100-hour week, and you're going to moan about how you don't have time and you don't know anyone, you're not a salesperson, you don't like the products, and these things come and go, and it's a pyramid scheme, and you're going to do that on Monday morning. But, alternatively, your reality can be in 12 months' time. You get a check for 365,000 Rand. In addition, we know how your channel will have grown if you've connected 365 people to us. We know it'll be greater than rank 9. Which means that you will be in the next year coming with us on our rank 9 trips. In addition, we know it'll be greater than rank 11, which means that in the next year you will receive your very own motor car. But more importantly than all of that, because we're in the business of wealth creation, your channel, we estimate, will be worth around 40 to 50,000 Rand a month. That's 500 to 600,000 Rand a year. How many of you even aspire to be earning 600,000 Rand a year? You can do that in the next year. Now, I know that not all of you are going to do that. None of us will stop you. Only you. You will stop you. But there'll be some of you. We've already got a bunch of them that are heading towards 365. But there will be some South Africans who say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of my current circumstances. I'm tired of not being in control. And I'm going to change that this year. That means I'm going to sacrifice this year. I'm going to put aside my Saturday mornings. I'm going to put aside my Tuesday nights. I'm going to put hours in that others refuse to do because they want to watch TV or go to sports games or drink alcohol or whatever it might be that blows their hair back. There will be those of you who make those sacrifices. And when you do, in 365 days from the day you join us here at DuePoint, your life will be permanently different. Permanently different. Not once off. Not here today, gone tomorrow. Permanently different. Who will it be? Who out of the people that are watching us this morning, 100 of you in this room and a couple thousand watching us live, who's it going to be that does this today? Folks, every month we run what's called an Achiever Quest. The Achiever Quest is to help you finance your process of building wealth. How do you like that? We not only don't take your money when you join us, we actually give you money. Our Achiever Quest says, and it resets at the beginning of every calendar month, and it ends on the last day of every calendar month. That if in that calendar month you're able to connect 10 people to us and have them paid by the end of that month. So somebody said, if they join now and pay 2 months from now, does that count? No. What counts is they've got to be in and they've got to pay in the same calendar month. If you can get 10 people to do that, that's not a big task. We'll give you a $5,000 bonus on top of your returns and rewards. $5,000 for 10 people. Then, if you can get 20 people in and make sure they're paid by the end of the month, we'll give you $10,000 bonus on top of your returns and rewards. And if you can get 30 people in a month, any calendar month, and you get them paid by the end of the month, we'll give you a 15,000 Rand bonus. So you now have the ability to make sacrifice. You might say, no, but I can't work less hours. Well, I'm pretty sure that this is more than you would earn in the extra hours that you're working. So why don't you sacrifice those extra hours to something that creates wealth? Come and do this instead and start changing your wealth. One of our major wealth engineers here who've really done incredibly well at DuePoint, they've said, well, they're getting it every month. If they do get it every month, well, it's 180,000 Rand a year. 180,000 Rand a year on top of their returns and rewards. Now, Brenda, but how does the maths work? Don't worry about the maths. We've been running this for years. We know how it works. We know that only some of you are going to allow yourselves to do it. Why the rest of you won't allow yourselves to do it, nobody knows. But some of you will. And for those of you, your lives will be different forever with us here at DuePoint. This is a nationwide business. 24/7, 365 across the nation. Next week, Saturday, we are down in Port Elizabeth doing a live presentation there. I love it. We still have generations in South Africa that won't believe anything until they've seen the person in the flesh. So we rotate around the country for that generation. You see, we don't fight the culture. We have built a model that works with the culture, even though it's absolutely ridiculous. I tell them, but show them live. Put me on the screen. They go, no, they've seen you live. They just don't believe it. They need to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll find I'm much taller in real life than on the screen. But I will be there next week, Saturday, for an incredible workshop day with our guys down in the Eastern Cape. But what we need is you to book your tickets. It's free. Everything's free. Book your tickets so that we know how big a venue to book for next week. This is our last week. I know Jane's going to cut this off probably Monday, Tuesday next week. So this weekend, you need to book your tickets. You either go to our website and click events or to our app and click events and book your tickets, you and your guests, and then we'll have that venue ready. And we're going to have an incredible day next week, Saturday. I hope you've got your travel arrangements in place and your accommodation in place for those of you outside of Eastern Cape. It's Nationwide Wealth Building Day next week, Saturday. So to become a wealth engineer with us today, ladies and gentlemen, is super simple, like everything here. You're going to go to our website, DuePoint.net. Don't be afraid of websites. DuePoint.net. Go there. You'll find everything you need to know there. Click the Join and Apply button. Fill out the form. In less than 3 minutes, you're a wealth engineer without a single cent having left your pocket. Without a cent. Gentlemen, this morning, you are allowed to make your own decision. You do not need to go back to your wives for permission. Why? Because it is not a financial decision. I don't have to talk to the ladies about this. You guys will make your own decision. But I have to talk to the men. The men are going to go, no, I need to go and talk to my wife. You don't need to, because you're not committing. You're not going, I'm going to sell the house to do this. That's not the decision you're making this morning. You'll fill the form out and have the tool in your hands, no money having departed from your bank account this morning. And this afternoon, you can start building your wealth. This afternoon, every connection, 55 Rand. Every connection. You've got an entire weekend ahead of you for those that don't have time to be connecting individuals. You do not need to be in our office. Those that have connected you to DuePoint will show you how the app does everything for you. It shows everybody everything. Alternatively, you've got our YouTube channel with all of our presentations all the years back. You can go pick your favorite one and play it 24 hours a day anywhere in the country. You simply connect people to us. And this weekend, you can be building wealth. It doesn't have to be nothing tomorrow. Sunday is a great day to connect people in the creation of wealth. In fact, it is the good news that you take them on a Sunday morning. All right. Folks, this is if you want to do some more research on us, go ahead. You'll find it very disappointing research because I've told you everything already this morning. But go to the JSC's website and look us up under Conduit Capital. Go to Constantia's website and see our financial statements and our BEE status. We're a public company. Everything is disclosed. Go to the FSCA's website and find our licenses there. Life, short-term, FSP licenses. We've got a whole host of those there as well. Understand that you've never done or worked with a company like DuePoint before. All these other things that you've done, we're just leading you here today. Ladies and gentlemen, at 11:30 today, I'm going to run what we do just about every Saturday, which is called a launch workshop, but not all Saturdays. A launch workshop is where I teach you how to do this business a little faster. If you'd like to earn and create wealth faster than 2 people a month, faster than 5 years, then come and join me here. If you're not interested in earning wealth quickly, then this workshop's not for you. But if you would like to earn wealth quickly, Well, then come here at 11:30 for about 45 minutes with me. I will show you the mechanics of this business, and we'll teach you at no cost to you exactly how you become a successful social entrepreneur with us here. I'd like to see all of you back here at 11:30, and those of you who are watching live, tune back in at 11:30 with your teams. Go lock the doors now quickly before they've left so that they can't leave. 11:30, tune back in, and let's work out how to create wealth faster in the DuePoint system. I will see you all then. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. See you at 11:30. Questions and concerns, come and ask me outside. Thank you.